Hey guys, it's Sean Ilg. This is our second out of 4 videos focused on education opportunities, different ways for you to level up your game. Let's go! Thanks for visiting the channel today. We're going to give you 3 tips on different education options, ways to level up your game, your business, everything associated with what you got going on right now, whether it's content creation, brick and mortar business, any industry, whatever else. Let's get into the first point. And the first point is relatively obvious. It's YouTube. More specifically, obviously, this channel, but YouTube specifically. YouTube's popularity has gone through the roof. Stat I heard the other day was 82% of all internet traffic is video-based. People watching videos, downloading videos, whatever else. That is an amazing statistic. It also shows the power of video to use YouTube as an educational resource, but also enjoying the benefit that it costs you exactly jack squat. I have dove into this in a big way here in the last year after, to be honest with you, not spending a lot of time on YouTube, probably because I'm old. That being said, I have been very impressed with the amount of content, the quality of content out there, and I can see why you're a YouTube fan, and it's my goal to have you be a YouTube fan related to my channel moving forward. That being said, I want you to smash the subscribe and like button, showing some support for what we're doing here, but also allowing us to keep getting the word out and educating folks all over the place. Point number 2 I want to make today, and this is one of the areas that is probably the least used and might overall be one of the most powerful, and that's related to informational interviews. As an old guy, I speak a lot to high school, colleges, I've got college kids and whatever else, and I'm constantly amazed at the number of people that go down a career path for all the wrong reasons. They thought it looked cool on TV, they heard a thing, they this, that, whatever else. This is something that's going to be part of your life for a long time, obviously. The point I'm making related to these informational interviews is you have a way to go talk to different people in industries that you're either interested in or maybe your own industry that you want to get some advice, some mentoring, some different takes on things, but also specifically to figure out the day-to-day of why they do things, how they got there, what their background was, what worked for them, what was a mistake, and so forth. My definition of informational interviews is you just reach out to somebody, whether it's in a field you're in or not, you have interest in, and ask for a meeting. Everybody likes to talk about themselves. They love to talk about what they do, and lots of things can be spurned from that. I'll give you an example. My son is a pretty sharp kid. Was really going down the med school path. A few months ago, called me up, said, "Dad, I want to go to med school." I said, "Cool. What else do we want to do?" I don't know. So last summer, he had 20 plus informational interviews with people in different fields, and it cost him exactly nothing. Those conversations were invaluable. What they did, why they did it. Some people said, don't do what I do, don't go down this path, and so forth. From a business perspective, I have told entrepreneurs to do the same thing. Go talk to people in and out of your industry to get their takes on things and so forth. All of this information is going to be free, and when you ask for 20 minutes of somebody's time, which pretty much everybody will give you, that is easily going to turn into 30 minutes, an hour, longer, could turn into some other relationships moving forward. Do not take informational interviews for granted. Tied into point number 3 is related to point number 2, and that is mentoring. We always think of mentoring in terms of kids, maybe a little bit of mentoring in an industry. This is an area that needs to be done and more involvement had no matter where you're at in your journey and in your process. There is always going to be somebody else out there that knows more, has more experience, that you can build a relationship with, that most of the time is going to be a relationship that lasts for years. I could give you examples of a high school counselor at a leadership camp. He's now been a friend of mine for 40 years. Happens to be a lawyer, so that's been great. He actually gave me my first job as a law clerk during law school. Mentor has been fantastic. There's mentors everywhere. It ties back to that informational interview. Your mentoring relationship might start with that informational interview, but you need to make an effort to go out, meet different people, and see if it will turn into a mentoring relationship moving forward. The bonus tip I want to give you today is related to networking groups. Like we've talked about some of these other subjects, networking groups come in different shapes, forms, formats, and so forth. Bottom line, there's hundreds going on in your individual communities. Networking groups can take many different forms. They might be focused in a certain industry, or most of the time they want people from different industries and they don't want to be doubling up. Could be for a short amount of time or a set time, or I've been in networking groups that last for years. It gives you an opportunity to build personal relationships with a lot of different people. Some of my best friends are people that I maybe first met 10 or 20 years ago in a networking group, especially when you're meeting often, weekly. You're going to get to know these people, and that's where those relationships are built, and that's when business is traded in a big way, but also education opportunities as you learn from these different people over and over, especially if you're younger. The more people that have 10, 20, 30 years of professional experience that you can interact with, whether it's one meeting, series of meetings, or they get to be professional, personal friends, are going to be big for you. Guys, thanks for stopping by the channel today. Be sure and check out the next video in our 4-part video related to education. Peace.